Good morning. Welcome to this Tuesday morning hatha flow class. My name is Andrea, and I'll be teaching you today. So just coming into a comfortable position. If there's something that you like to have around you, like a cushion or a blanket, just having that ready to go in case you want to grab it during your practice. If you have any other props, just having them ready to go near you. So you can be sitting cross-legged up on a cushion if that feels better for you, or if you prefer, you can sit on your knees. That's another option. So finding a comfortable position where you can find a nice long spine. Resting your hands on your knees or in your lap, and gently closing your eyes here. You can also just look down in front of you, whatever feels more comfortable. Start to bring your awareness to your breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Notice the connection of your sit bones to the floor or to your heels. And notice as you breathe in, the top of your head reaching up towards the ceiling. From here, I'd like you to bring one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And as you breathe in and out, notice the movement in your hands. In particular, notice the movement of the hand on your belly to start off with. And observe any other movements in your body as you breathe in particular in your lower back and the belly. Slowly make your way up to your rib cage, noticing how the rib cage moves as you breathe. And then making your way up to your top hand, the hand resting on your chest. Observe how it moves with the inhale and the exhale. And trying to lengthen the exhale, so breathing in, filling up your lungs. And then as you exhale, letting out all the air, every last drop, before you breathe in again. Settling into your body this morning, noticing how your body's feeling. And then release your hands away from your belly and your chest. Bring your palms together to touch, resting your thumbs on your chest. Gently bring your chin down to your chest, opening the back of your neck a little bit here. And in this position, in the next few breaths, set an intention for your practice today. It could be how you want to feel in your body. It could be how you want to feel in your mind over these next 60 minutes. And then slowly lift your chin, open your eyes, release your hands down. Tip yourself forward and slowly bring yourself up to standing. Placing your feet in a comfortable position, finding balance in the weight in your feet so they can be under your hips, perhaps a little wider, toes pointing out, toes pointing forward. So it's really dependent on your body and on how you feel in your body, finding that placement where your feet feel grounded. And then from here, I have this analogy that I got from one of my teachers. Imagine you're in a pool and there's water about around your belly area, there's water. So your hands are reaching down, you're in this pool of water, you're standing nice and tall. And then from this position, bring your chin to your chest, start to lean forward, bringing your hands a little bit deeper into the water as you fold forward, maybe up to your elbows. Press into your feet and slowly roll yourself back up. Head comes up last, standing nice and tall. And now I'd like you to bring your ear over to your right shoulder and start to dip your right arm into this imaginary water, lifting your left arm out of the water as you lean over to the side. Inhale, come back up, back to center, standing nice and tall. And then let your ear come over to your left side, dipping that left arm down into the water as you reach the right arm a little bit up. And then return to center. We'll do that again. So your chin comes to your chest. You start to lean your chest forward, curling through the spine, dipping your arms down, your head down. And now we're going to go a little bit further, bringing our shoulders down into this imaginary water. Press into your feet, slowly roll yourself up, coming up to standing. Top of the head reaches up to the ceiling. And now again, ear comes to the right shoulder, and you're gently leaning over to your right, letting that right arm sink down, and you're going as far as you can to the right, and then bending your knees a little bit here, and lengthening through the left, sinking a little bit further down. Inhale, press yourself back up, head returns to the upright position. And then let your left ear come to your left shoulder, dipping that left arm down, reaching through the right shoulder, right arm coming up, going as far as you can, and then bending into the knees and coming a little bit further down. Inhale, press into your feet, bring yourself back up. Last time, chin comes to the chest, curling yourself forward very intentionally here, moving through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Reaching your arms down and now letting your head come into this imaginary pool of water and eventually rolling down, bending your knees as needed to touch your fingertips to the floor. Press into your legs, into your feet, and slowly roll yourself back up, coming to standing again. We'll go to the right, ear comes to the right shoulder, leaning the right side down to the right, going as far as you can, and then bending through the knees and dipping down. This time we're going to reach our left arm up and really lean over and see if you can sink down and touch the floor. And then roll yourself back up. And then going to the other side. So left ear comes down, starting just through the torso, letting the right shoulder be in line with the left. So really lifting here through the right side and sinking through the left. When you can go no further, bend through your knees, reach your right arm up and tap the floor. And then using your right arm, bring yourself back up. Very nice. So now we're in the center. We're going to reach our hands forward. Imagine you're holding something between your hands, so the palms are facing each other. From here, lift your shoulders up and then bring them back behind you and down and forward. And then back, up, forward, down, up, back, down, forward, back, up, forward, down. We'll do that one more time. So making this nice big circle with your shoulder, reaching the shoulders down, back, down, and forward, and then back, up, and forward. Finishing up, reaching them back and down, and then letting the arms come down. From here, if you're not already, make your way to the front of your mat. Again, establishing that foot placement that feels most comfortable to you. Standing nice and tall, and then we're going to roll down like we did previously. So let your chin come to your chest. Slowly roll yourself down. Head is leading you as you fold forward. If it feels better to bend through the knees, bending through the knees, touching the fingertips to the floor. Then bring your hands to your shins, fingertips to your shins. Reach your head forward, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs and step your right foot back. And then your left to bring yourself into table pose. So here your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. I'd like you to bring your attention to your tailbone. So the end of your spine. And I'd like you to reach that tailbone up to the ceiling, drop through the belly, drop through the ribs, drop the chest down between your shoulders, and look forward. And then keep looking forward, curl the tailbone down towards the floor, and start to lift through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, making your way all the way up to the space between your shoulder blades, reaching it up, and then dropping the head. Inhale, reach the tailbone up to the ceiling, drop through the belly, the ribs, the chest, and then look forward. Exhale, curl the tailbone down, slowly reach the spine up vertebrae by vertebrae, eventually getting to the shoulders, and then dropping the head. Continue to move like this, very mindfully, starting at the bottom of your spine, and then making your way up to the top of your head. So it's the wave-like motion, and it starts at the tailbone each time. Traditionally, we breathe in as we open the front of the body, and we exhale as we reach the back of the body up to the ceiling. If that's not the breathing that works for you, then you can make it work for you, whichever breathing pattern feels better for your body. Doing it one more time, curling the spine up. And then dropping through the belly, looking forward. And then this time, as you curl, reach your hips back and sink back to your heels. Lift your hands up, palms reaching back towards you, fingers, that baby finger reaching back towards you as your arms are nice and active. And then we're going to come forward onto the palms, shoulders over the wrists, and then we're going to see if we can lift the palms up. Fingers stay on the floor. And then coming back, sinking the hips to the heels, lifting the palms up. Coming forward, and again, lifting the palms in the opposite direction. Wrists come off the floor. Reach back, sink down, lift the palms. This time we're going to stay down here, and we're just going to tap our palms to the floor. So doing these finger taps. Let's do 10. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to do them as we come up. So we're going to do the finger taps, and we're going to start to lift ourselves over our hands. The taps might get a little bit smaller. That's okay. Keep leaning over your hands and keep trying to tap. Go as far as you can, even if it's like a little baby tap, lifting those fingers off the floor. And then release. Sink back to your heels. Give your wrists a little shake out. And then come onto your forearms. Palms are down in front of you. Knees are underneath the hips. And we're going to go into some rotation in our hip joints. So you will be lifting your left knee into your chest. And then you're going to let the knee come out to the side and up and back behind you, keeping the foot as close to your buttocks as possible, reaching the knee up. Then bring the knee into your chest, coming back and up, out to the side, and into the chest. Notice if you're leaning a lot to the right. Can you control that and keep the right hip over the right knee? So bring the left knee out to the side, up to the ceiling. Heel stays as close to the buttocks as possible. And then bend the knee into the chest. Try not to curl too much through the spine here. We're trying to keep the spine neutral. And then lift the knee up to the ceiling, out to the side, into the chest. Last one. Lifting out to the side, up and back, into the chest, up and back, out to the side, into the chest. And then let your knee come down to the floor. We'll go to the right now. So establishing that connection through the left side, left hand, left knee, grounded. And then lift the right knee into the chest. Bring it up and back, keeping that foot close to the body. And then bringing the knee out to the side and in. Out to the side, up and back, and into the chest. 2 more times, reaching it up, out to the side, into the chest. Out to the side, up and back, and into the chest. Last time, reach up and back, out to the side, into the chest. Out to the side, up and back, into the chest, and let the knee drop down. From here, you're going to come back into table position. And we're going to do that movement again, but only halfway, so don't worry. We're not going to do the whole thing again. So lift your left knee, bring it into your chest, and then reach your leg up and back, out to the side, and then stretch your foot out and bring it down to the floor. So your right knee is under your, your right knee is under your hip. Your left foot is out to the side, toes pointing forward, and your hands are underneath your shoulders. And from here, we're going to sink our hips back and then come forward. Now, what's important here is not necessarily to sink as far as you can and stay there. It's more about keeping that integrity in your body. Arms are nice and strong. Core is strong as you reach back. Let's do one more. Sinking the hips back, coming forward. And then from here, keep grounding through your left foot. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Chest reaches up, fingertips reach up. Take a breath in. Exhale, curl your arm underneath your right. Reach, bend through the elbow. Inhale, open up to the ceiling. Exhale, curling and reaching as you bend through the elbow, not touching the floor. Last time, reach up, open to the left. Exhale, curling, reaching with the left hand. And then this time we are going to put our head down on the floor and put our arm down on the floor. So I'll just show you what that looks like from the front. You're reaching through your left arm, your right arm is on the floor, the side of your head is on the floor, and then you're gently pressing into that right arm and reaching through the left arm. Twisting here. Press into your right arm and slowly bring yourself back up. And then from here, I'd like you to see if you can peel the edge of your left foot off the floor. And then making your body nice and strong, see if you can lift your left foot up. And then bring it down. Lift and bring it down. Last time, lift and hold. See if you can hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bend your knee and bring it back down underneath your hip. So we'll go to the other side. Starting in table position, bend your right knee into your chest. Reach it up and back, out to the side. Straighten your leg and bring it down to the floor. So your right foot, your right toes are pointing forward. Your shoulders are underneath your wrists. And you're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, bring your hips back towards your heel. Inhale, come forward. Remember, our body is nice and strong. There's a lot of integrity here through the torso as you reach back. Coming forward. Reaching back, sinking back. Last time, come forward. And then sink that heel back. Good, come back to center, back to wrists underneath the shoulders. And then you're going to reach your right arm up to the ceiling, looking up as you reach your chest up. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your right arm through, bend through your left elbow, hover for a moment. Press into your hand. Inhale, open up to the side. 2 more. Reaching down and through, keeping that left arm nice and strong, bending through the elbow. Inhale, open. Last time, exhale, curling through, hovering for a moment, and then let your arm, head gently down. Pressing through your left hand, reaching through your right here for a twist. Breathing deeply through the nose. And then press into your hand, returning to bringing the hands to the floor. And then bring your attention to your right foot. You're going to slowly peel the baby toe side of the foot off the floor so you're on the edge of the foot, on the big toe side. And then engage your body. Take a breath in, lifting the leg up off the floor. And then drop it down, coming back up with control. Bring it back down. Last time, lift it up, keep it lifted. Nice and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending the knee and bringing it back underneath the hips. Okay, from here, we're going to curl our toes under, press into our hands, and reach our hips up and back, letting the head relax. And then pedal through your knees, bringing one heel down and then the other. Walking your dog here a little bit. Maybe turning your head from side to side, nodding your head yes, shaking your head no. And then on your next inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step your right foot forward, left knee down. So I'd like your right knee to be roughly over your heel. Press into your front foot, inhale, come up. Just let your hands rest on your knee. So here what's really important is that we're not sinking into that front knee. So we're not just relaxing here, kind of loosely holding ourselves up. We want that front leg nice and strong, knee reaching back to the hip, and we want the left hip coming forward. So there's a nice strong sort of dynamic hold in the legs here. And then from this position, take a breath in, reach your arms up. Take your right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, come up. Keep your hips where they are, so try not to move through your left hip. Bring your left hand back, right arm forward. Inhale, come up. Switch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come down on the other side. Inhale, reach. Last time. Turning to your right. Reaching the fingertips away from each other. We're going to stay here for a moment. Imagine your belly button coming a little bit more to the right. Maybe even turning your head to look to the right. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lean forward. Let your left hand come down, right hand come up, and come onto the toes of your left foot. And then reach your right arm back behind you, opening your chest up to the ceiling. And then I'd like you to take your fingertips and reach them back towards your heel, rotating through the right shoulder, making big circles here. So all together, let's make 5 big circles. 2 more. And then on the last one, you're going to bring your hand down to the floor. You can come onto your fingertips, or you can have your hands flat. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, I'd like you to step your right foot back, coming into plank pose. Now here, it's really important to be nice and straight. So from the heels to the shoulders, nice straight line. If you notice your hips are a little bit high or your hips are a little bit low, try to get them in that midpoint. And imagine you're dragging your hands back towards your feet, feet towards your hands. Keep your body nice and strong. Bend through your elbows and try to come down in a straight line onto your belly. Relaxing the tops of your feet to the floor. Letting your hands rest underneath your shoulders. Bring your feet together, legs together, making the legs nice and strong here. So your kneecaps, as soon as you make your legs nice and strong, your kneecaps lift off the floor. From here, we're going to go into a little cobra. So take a breath in. Start to lift your head, your shoulders, your chest. Try not to look forward. Try to have your neck in line with your spine as you reach up. Exhale, slowly sink yourself down. Curl your toes under. Press into your hands. You can come through table or go straight back into downward facing dog. Now it's your choice. This down dog can be a moving down dog, again, pedaling through the feet, or it can be a more static down dog where you're reaching your hips up and back, sinking your chest down towards the floor. Have a look at your hands. You want your fingers to be spread nice and wide. Have a look at your feet. You want your heels not to be necessarily visible. So if your heels are pointing in or your heels are pointing out, see if you can bring them more to the center. And then from this position, take a breath in, lift your heels, bend your knees, and step your left foot forward. Let your right knee come down, release the top of your foot. Press into your front foot. This time we're going to inhale and reach our arms up right away, keeping those legs nice and strong. Take your left hand back, right hand forward for a short twist. Inhale, come to center, keeping that right hip where it is. Bring your left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, going to the left. Inhale, reach those fingertips up. And come over to the right. Last time, inhale, reach the fingertips up. Left hand comes back, right hand comes forward for a twist here. Stay here for a few breaths. Notice your right knee pressing down and you're reaching up through the top of your head, maybe turning to look towards your left thumb. Maybe not. Notice what your body feels. Is this okay for your neck? Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, bringing your right hand down, left hand up to the ceiling, curling your back toes under, lifting the knee off the floor. Now I'd like you to take your left hand and I'd like you to open it out and back, turning your chest up to the ceiling, keeping both legs nice and strong. And then reach your fingers towards your back heel and then forward, making big circles with your left arm. We're going to do 5 in total. Try to keep your arm nice and straight so the movement's only in the shoulder. We're not really involving the elbow. We're not involving the rest of the torso. Just moving here through the left shoulder. 2 more circles. On this final one, bringing the hand down next to the foot, stepping left foot back, plank pose, nice and strong here. Always remembering you can bring your knees to the floor if it's a little too much to have the knees off the floor. So nice and strong here, straight line, body is strong, legs are strong, belly is strong. Bend through the elbows, bring them close to your body and make your way onto your belly. Release the tops of your feet. Bring your hands next to your hips, forehead on the floor. Take a big breath in, engaging through the legs, keeping the arms nice and long. Take a breath in. Lift your feet, lift your hands, lift your thighs, lift your shoulders and your chest, lifting everything up off the floor as if you were going to fly off your mat. Shoulder blades come together and down towards the heels. Lift a little bit higher. And then exhale, come down. Make a pillow with your hands, either resting your forehead on the backs of your hands or turning your head to the side, finding a resting position here that feels comfortable for you. Send your breath to your lower back. And come back to your intention. Remind yourself why you're here. And then I'd like you to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your feet together. Curl your toes under. Your feet don't have to be together. I don't know how I said that. So your toes are curled under, and then you're either pressing yourself all the way up into down dog, or you're going through table and then lifting your knees off the floor. Again, here, have a look at your hands, fingers spread nice and wide, letting those hips come up and back, and just play around with bending your knees and reaching your hips up and back. Notice how that feels in your torso. And then from this position, with that nice long torso, notice how it feels then to straighten your legs, letting the heels sink down towards the floor. Breathing deeply through the nose. Can you relax your face here, your jaw? And then on your next inhalation, lift your heels, bend your knees, step one foot forward and then the other, coming up halfway, fingertips to shins, reaching the head forward. Exhale, fold over your legs, let your head drop down towards the floor. Put a little bend into your knees and relax your arms down, relax your head, and then slowly roll yourself up, pressing your feet into the floor, vertebrae by vertebrae, bringing yourself very slowly up to standing. Standing tall here. Take a big breath in, reach your arms up overhead. Feel yourself nice and grounded through your heels to the tips of your fingers. And we're gonna go into a side stretch. So grabbing a hold of your left wrist, take a breath in, reach up. And then as you exhale, bring yourself over to the right. Notice if your left side is coming forward. Can you bring it back so that your elbow's roughly above your ear? And then bring your attention to your feet. Where is the weight in your feet? Can you distribute it evenly in the soles of your feet as you reach up and over? Inhale, unwind up to center. Grab a hold of your right wrist. Take another breath in, reach up. And then as you exhale, come over to the left. Gently pressing the right hip over to the right as you reach to the left. Inhale, bring yourself back up, reaching the fingertips up. And then exhale, let your arms come down, curling through the head, coming down in the way that we've been practicing in this class today. So rolling through the spine down towards the feet, letting the fingertips touch the floor. If you need to bend your knees to do that, totally fine. Head is completely relaxed. On your next inhalation, bring your fingertips to your shins, reaching the head forward, lengthening through the spine. And then as you exhale, fold over your legs, step your right foot back, coming into a lunge. So your knee is roughly over your ankle, your right heel is pressing away from you, the back of your right leg's reaching up to the ceiling. And then I'd like you to toe heel your right foot to the floor, preparing for warrior two. So your back foot is pointing in slightly, your front knee is bent, reach your right arm up, and then using the right arm, press yourself up into warrior two. So you're looking over the middle finger of your left hand, you're bending into that front knee, you're pressing through both sides of the back foot into the floor. So nice and strong here. Bend a little bit more into left knee. Back now, and I saw it was a little bit low. So just lifting that back arm up so that both arms are basically in a straight line. Take a breath in, straighten your front leg. Reach your arms up overhead. I'm just going to turn so that you can see a little bit better. So reach your arms up overhead. Keep both legs nice and strong. And just turn a little bit towards your back leg. So bringing that back hip back a little bit, turning the belly a little bit more, the torso a little bit more towards the right leg. Reach up. And then as you exhale, keep reaching, keep lengthening out of your torso, coming over your front leg. And then gently let the hand come down, either to the leg or palm facing forward. Reach your right arm up, coming into triangle. Keep feeling that length through both sides of the body, so try not to crunch through the bottom side. Legs are strong. And then here you have some choices. You can look down at the floor. You can look straight ahead. Or if it's all right for your neck, you can start to turn your head and look up towards your right thumb. Breathing deeply here. Take another big breath in. As you exhale, turn your head to look down. Press into your front foot. Inhale, come back up. Bring your hands to your hips. Bring your right hip forward. Maybe toe heel your back foot in slightly. Bring your right hip forward. Again, now our hips are facing the short edge of the mat. We're reaching our head up. And then as we exhale, we're going to start to come forward in a nice straight line. Bring your right hand on the outside of your left leg and reach your left arm up for a twist here. If it feels better to hold your leg as you twist, that's okay too. If you can bring your hand to the floor and come into a revolved triangle, please do. And then inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, bend into your front knee for a little warrior one. And then bend through the knee, bringing the hands back, stepping back, plank pose. So press into your hands, feel nice and strong through the whole body. Bend through the elbows and make your way onto your belly. And then here, I'd like you to bring your arms out to the side, elbows are bent, and just rest your forehead on the floor. And then from here, you're going to start by bending your left foot. Bring your left foot in towards your body as much as you can, flexing through the foot and reaching it in towards the body. Maybe even lifting the knee off the floor a little bit here. And then release. Bend your right knee, bring the heel in towards the buttocks, flex the foot, and see if you can lift the thigh off the floor, reaching the heel as close to the buttocks as possible. And then release. We'll do both legs at the same time. So bend both knees. Flex your feet, bring the heels in as close as you can, and then see if you can lift up here. Lifting the thighs up off the floor. And then release. Stretch your arms out. Through the elbows, lift the head, reach the shoulders up and back. Inhale, straighten. Inhale, lift. Straighten. Inhale, lift. Reach the elbows back, reach the shoulders back and together. And then the and through. We're going to combine those. So your forehead is on the floor. You're going to take a breath in and you're going to lift the elbows, lift the knees, lifting everything up. Feet are flexed, reaching the elbows back, lifting the knees up. Straighten. Inhale, lift. Flex through those heels, lift, and release. Lift through the chest, lifting the elbows back, lifting the thighs off the floor, and then see if you can reach back for your feet, and come into bow pose. Keep kicking your feet into your hands, flex your feet, and lift those thighs up off the floor as you reach up through your legs. So the chest isn't doing much here. It's the legs that are pulling you back. See if you can even bring your shoulders forward to make this really dynamic. And then release. Make a pillow with your hands, resting your forehead on the back of your hands, or turning your head to the other side if you had your head on your side. Breathing deeply here. Sending your breath to the back of your body. Try to use these moments of stillness to calm the body through your breath. So breathing through the nose and trying to lengthen the exhale. Not only do we calm the body by breathing deeply, but we calm the mind. On your next inhalation, please bring your hands under your shoulders, curl your toes under, pressing into your hands, lift yourself up and back into down dog. Reaching your hips up and back, remembering that we can bend our knees here to work on lengthening through the torso. On your next inhalation, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step your right foot forward, coming into a high lunge here, reaching the top of your head forward. And then I'd like you to toe heel your back foot in so that your toes are at about a 45-degree angle. Reach your left arm up, and then your right, warrior two. So just checking in, making sure your knee is roughly over your ankle, your back foot is grounded, and you're looking over the middle finger of your right hand. Really sinking down here, bending into that front knee. Straighten your front leg. Both legs are nice and strong. Reach both arms up overhead. Feeling the length in your torso as you reach up. Turning slightly to the left. Legs are strong. Take a breath in. Exhale, keep reaching as you come over your front leg. Eventually bringing the right hand down, left hand up, reaching it up to the ceiling. Palm is facing the same direction as your gaze. And then finding stillness in the pose. Press into the front of your right foot to engage your whole right leg. And don't forget about the edge of your left foot, pressing it down into the floor. Exhale, turn your head to look down at your right foot. Inhale, press yourself back up into triangle pose. Bring your hands to your hips. Left hip comes forward. Toe heel your foot in a little bit. If you were finding it hard to balance, you can even bring your right foot out slightly so you have a bit more space between your heels. So, left hip comes forward. See if you can lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor so you're really nice and long through your spine. Take a big breath in. Reach both arms up overhead. As you exhale, start to come forward over your front leg. Bringing the left hand either onto the leg or to the side of the leg or down towards the floor. Reaching the right arm up to the ceiling. Twisting here in triangle. Take another breath in, reach your right arm up. And then exhale, turn to look down, reaching the left arm up, both arms come up overhead. Bend into your front knee for a little modified warrior one. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Step your right foot back, left foot back. Coming into our final plank, nice and long here. Exhale, bend through the elbows, make your way onto your belly. And then lift your hands up and bring them slightly back so that your elbows and your shoulders are in one line. So they're nice and back. Feet are together, legs are together. Make your body nice and strong here. Press into your hands, lifting yourself up into upward facing dog. So reach your shoulders back. Your hips and your thighs are off the floor, and your chest is nice and proud. Curl your toes under or step your feet over, coming into down dog for a brief moment. Breathing in and out here. And then let your knees come down to the mat, either keeping the knees together, or you may want to experiment with having the knees apart. Sink your hips down and fold forward into Balasana, child's pose. Totally relaxing here as much as you can, sinking your hips towards your heels. Arms are relaxed. If you prefer to have them behind you with your knees together, that is definitely an option. Inhale, look forward. Start to walk your hands back towards your knees, coming into a kneeling position here. And we're going to just do a little movement in our shoulders here to prepare for bridge or wheel pose, if that's what we choose to do. So you're going to reach your right arm up, the inside of the elbow reaching back behind you, and then taking your left hand, you're just going to hold on to that elbow. And then you're going to bend through the right arm, tapping your shoulder. So inhale, lift, and tap. Lift, and tap. Inhale, lift. You can keep that hand there to keep the right arm stable, or you can let the left hand come down and try to maintain that movement without moving through the arm too much. So just moving through the elbow, tapping the shoulder. We'll do that once more. And then bring the hand down. So going to the other side. So palm faces up, inside of the elbow reaches back. And then you're going to take your right hand and just stabilize that elbow in the position. And then bend and tap the back of your shoulders. I'll just show you here. You're bending and tapping. So you can continue to do that with the support of your right hand, or you can remove the right hand and see if you can keep that trajectory tapping the back of your shoulder. Do that 3 times. And then release. From there, you're going to sink your heels, so your hips on one side of your heels, and stretch your legs out in front of you. Bending through the knees. You're going to slowly roll onto your back. So you're lying on your back here. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Heels are on the floor. And I'd like you to bring your hands down next to your hips. So you're pressing your feet into the floor, in particular, the ball of your big toe, the ball of your baby toe, and the heel. And then bring your awareness to your tailbone. So again, the end of your spine. And curl that tailbone up towards the ceiling, which flattens your lower back. And then start to lift your sacrum, your lower back, mid-back, under your shoulder blades, lifting the hips up, pressing into your feet. And then slowly roll yourself down, again imagining the vertebrae one by one slowly coming down as you continue to reach the tailbone up to the ceiling until the very last moment, and then you release. Let's do that one more time. So pressing into the feet, curling the tailbone up, lifting the pelvis, lower back, mid back. Reach the hips up nice and high. And then slowly roll yourself down. Keep reaching the tailbone up as you eventually come down and release. This time we're going to involve the hands and the shoulders. So going into bridge pose. So adjusting your feet to a position where your knees are bent quite tightly, so we're not out in front of us. And then pressing those feet into the floor, start to lift through the tailbone, sacrum, lower back lifts, mid back, upper back. Reach those hips up, and then interlace your fingers underneath you. If that's difficult or if that's a challenge, you can grab a hold of the edges of your mat. And then start to shimmy your shoulders closer together. So imagine you're creating a little space underneath your shoulders or between your shoulders. A little insect could walk through, or maybe a little tiny mouse could walk through. Press into your feet, lift those hips up, squeeze the chin. Really press to your heels. Notice how that engages your thighs and your glutes. And then gently down, shoulders, and very mindfully roll yourself back down. Keep that tailbone lifted and release to the floor. So the last one we're going to do, you can continue along the same vein, doing bridge again. Or if you'd like, you could go into wheel. So you can bring your hands on either side of your head, making that strong connection through the feet, through the hands, and start by lifting the tailbone up to the ceiling, lifting the sacrum, lifting the mid, back, upper back. Really reach those hips up, really press through your feet, and then press through your hands, lifting yourself up into wheel. If you're in bridge, keep pressing through your feet, reaching up through the hips. And then whenever you're ready, you can make your way down, bending through the elbows, letting the back of the head come to the floor, slowly releasing down to the floor. From here, bring your knees into your chest, bring your hands behind your knees, and gently roll yourself a few times until you roll yourself up to seated for a small moment in a forward bend. So sitting up nice and tall, legs are pressing into the floor. You can reach your arms up, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, coming forward over the legs, grabbing a hold of either your calves, your ankles, or maybe bringing the hands to the floor. If you have a strap, you can use a strap, or if you can reach your feet, grabbing a hold of your feet. Take a breath in, shine your chest forward, and then as you exhale, release your head down, folding over your legs. Breathing deeply here. Inhale, look forward, bring yourself back up. Adjust yourself on your mat. We're going to lie back. So pressing the backs of your legs into the floor, reach your fingertips forward, curl through your spine, and slowly make your way onto your back. And then let your arms come out to the side. Bend both knees into your chest, keeping the knees together, feet together. Take a breath in. As you exhale, let your knees gently make their way over to the left. Keep your right shoulder as grounded as possible as you reach over to the left with your knees. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, let your knees gently make their way over to the right, keeping that left shoulder blade grounded as much as you can, maybe even the left side of the rib cage grounded. Inhale, up to center. Let's do that one more time. So knees come over to the left, sinking through the right shoulder. Inhale, come through to center. Exhale, let your knees come over to the right. Inhale, back through to center. And then bring your hands around your knees, either grabbing a hold of your wrists, your forearms, or maybe your elbows. Squeeze everything in towards your body. Lift your head up towards your knees. Make yourself into a really tight ball. And then as you exhale, let your arms and legs splay out, coming into Shavasana. So traditionally here, the feet are about mat distance apart. The palms are facing up. And we are just focused on relaxing. Close your eyes. If you'd like to get a blanket or make yourself comfortable in any other way, please do so now. Eventually coming to stillness. Relax your fingertips, your toes. Relax your feet, your hands. Feel your legs heavy, your arms heavy, completely relaxed. Notice your pelvis. Imagine the bones of the pelvis. They're quite big, they're quite heavy. Imagine them sinking down towards the floor. Relax through your belly. Let your shoulders relax. Let go of any remaining tension in your shoulders. Relax through your chest and your neck. Maybe separate the top and bottom row of your teeth in order to relax your jaw. Relax the muscles around your eyes, your forehead. Imagine you're floating on a beautiful blue lake. No effort at all. If you'd like, you can stay in this position and take as long as you like in Shavasana. If you need to go and this is wrapping up the class for you, then start to move a little bit through your body, your fingers, your toes. Perhaps you want to bring your legs together and reach your arms up overhead, stretching from your fingertips to your toes, fingertips to your heels, reawakening your body. And then if you're getting up, bend your knees into your chest. Give yourself a final little squeeze. Rocking from left to right. And then slowly rocking onto your side and gently pressing yourself up. Coming back to a comfortable seated position. Closing your eyes. And return to observing your breath. Notice the quality of your breath now at the end of your practice. On your next inhale, bring your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra. the mudra of the angels. Let your chin drop down to your chest, bowing here. In these next few breaths, take a moment to feel gratitude that you took time in your day to be present in your body, to breathe deeply, and to cultivate a state of calm. Hopefully this will follow you into the rest of your day. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for coming. Namaste.